Ba-ba-ba-bam! Greetings all. It is Inquisitor, aka Last Outrider, with my CSM announcement video. Yo. Yes, I am running for the Council of Stellar Management on EVE, a game I've been playing for over 16 years. And why, you ask, am I finally running for this? I will tell you why. Because of a change that CCP has made to CSM, a change that should have been made years ago, but finally they've learned needs to happen. And that is that some of the council should be appointed by CCP. Why? Because the elections are bullshit. Because all they are is a bunch of megacorps choosing their representative and then going out and voting block in mass to guarantee that that person is going to win. Just look at the list of all these freaking neckbeards that have been on the council over the last 10 years. It's the same corpse, the same people, the same. It's bullshit. And it's all only represents a single gameplay style. The psychopathic PvPer, nullsec indie player that wants to rule EVE. Well, I am not that person. In my 16 years on EVE, and you can verify this on the Z-Kill boards, I have only ever shot one player in faction warfare. I'd like to see another person on EVE make that claim. And almost every single ship that you see lost has been a hauler or a corvette as I was flying out of Nullsec. That is correct. I am not a psycho PvPer. Not once. Not ever. I started playing EVE as an RPer, actually. I've been playing 40K since Rogue Trader. And when I saw EVE, I thought, hey, let's RP some 40K. And apparently so many corps out there borrow names from 40K, and yet none of them seem to be, even the fucking Imperium, and yet none of them seem to be there to actually RP anything from 40K. That's another thing. Other than that, I've also been mostly looking at the lore of EVE and constantly frustrated over the decades that none of this is ever developed. I remember when the Cosmos agents were originally announced by EVE, that these would be traveling agents that would add storyline missions that you could only play once. It never took off for a number of reasons, but it also didn't really matter because that mechanic is majorly flawed, because getting an item that you can only get once per account in a game where your ship can get ganked and you lose this item and with no chance to ever get it again other than paying some astronomically high price for it, has some problems with it. But I didn't care about those items. I cared about the storylines that this was supposed to be bringing to the game. And I played them. And I've read the novels, and I've read the comics, and I've looked at the websites, the fan sites. None of that has really been actively developed by CCP, unfortunately, because it's just not, in their minds, popular enough of a play style to develop. Well, after the change of management and the evolution of CCP's thinking to turn from Psychos Are Us into a viable MMO, this seems to have changed. Now content is king. Now new player retention is king. And it's on Steam. and they want normal gameplay. And the few old, crusty, bitter veterans sitting out in nullsec, those aren't the priority anymore. I mean, they're still important because why not? And they will still add in-game content because, again, why not? But that's also because of the CSM pressuring them to do that as well, because there really isn't going to be anybody there saying, hey, where's the high sec content? Let's bring that out. And secondly, there should be some avenue that high sec should be able to get out to nullsec, which goes to one of the chief proposals that I have been making to CCP for years. And that is, if people want to play a pirate and a criminal and a psychopath, then they need to truly feel that criminal experience. And there should be a counterbalance. There should be a compact career path. In other words, if you want to play criminals in nullsec, then you should somehow be able to play law enforcement in high sec. Okay? Sure, you can say at 0.5 and up, they are NPCs, but maybe it would be possible then from 0.4 down to 0.1, maybe then law enforcement has to be player characters. Maybe you can have compact cores, just like you have pirate cores, and they're able to sit there and have bases and ships and careers, and they may get notices of pirates roaming around shooting, players and they can respond to it the same way they respond, the NPCs respond in high sec, but now it's players in low sec to kill rats when they happen. It just seems that there's never a law and order play style in EVE. And I think that was always actively campaigned against by these megacorps because it would seriously crimp their lifestyles. That's what I would like to see. That's what I think would balance out the game style. Instead, they brought in faction warfare and focused on that. But yeah, somebody should, you have the ships, the pacifier and the, all of the compact ships are there. You just don't have that ability to remove rats and have that be a profitable career. I would like to see that change. I would like to see that added to the game. And if I am on the CSM, that would be my priority as new content for high sec. And possibly even into nullsec. Okay? The bounty system sucked. That was getting rid of that was a pretty good idea. And abusive, but they tried to bring in a bounty hunter system all the way from, you can still try to search where players have been from certain agents and things like that. It was not bad, but if you want to be a criminal, then you should truly enjoy the criminal lifestyle, and that is the life of a hunted fugitive. That's what it should be. Now it's not. And that is why I am motivated to run. Now, for the first time, CCP will be appointing 2 members. But I hope I can get out there to the average player and the new player and say, hey, I represent you. Somebody who's never been a ganker or a spreadsheet reader. Somebody who's only casually played EVE for 16 years, mission running, role playing, looking at the content and the lore, and just being a normal gamer. I'm you. And I have game design experience working with GW on developing 40K over the 30 years, working with White Wolf and developing World of Darkness, Werewolf the Apocalypse since in 1993. My pet project was the Black Spiral Dancers and the Book of the Worm and Pintex, making the BSDs a playable tribe. That was me. You're welcome. You can actually find Monkey Wrenching Pintex, and see my face in it. It's my little piece of immortality. And that is why I'm doing this. Because I think the majority player should finally be represented on CSM. I've seen too many of my friends rage quit EVE from being ganked, from having their stations destroyed, their industry wiped out in a day, just for no fucking reason other than the game allows it. That needs to be able to have a player balance. It does. And I would like to represent you, every miner that has been ganked, every new player who wants to go down the port 4 system just once to get some Jaspit and is jumped by some asshole who thinks their joy in life is fucking up other people's gameplay. I represent you. And I hope you will allow me to do that. And see you soon on the CSM. Bye-bye.